Next week on The Young and the Restless, the bombshell reveal takes everyone on an unexpected ride. Here's a look ahead at the episodes we'll see from June 23rd to Friday, June 27th, 2025. On The Young and the Restless, Genoa Cityites were stunned when Cain Ashby took center stage during their visit to Aristotle Dumas's estate in Nice, France. While the French Riviera can be a lot of things, there is a common thread for all who are there. They want answers, and they aren't enjoying the experience thus far. For the Winters, Lily's world was rocked when she realized that her ex-husband had been the mysterious tycoon the entire time. She was also confused as to how and when he became a billionaire without her knowing. But the plot thickens when her sister-in-law Abby shows up with Chance. The Abbotts, meanwhile, aren't so sure of anything anymore. Why does Cain want, and how is Chance connected, is what Jack wants to know. As for Billy, he went from feeling secure that Dumas was on his side, to now being reminded of the pseudo-sibling rivalry he never wanted, and Cain being his mother's golden non-child. As for Kyle, is he letting the others figure it out while he enjoys the pool with Audra? She asks him to put on her sunscreen. What an inopportune time for someone to get the Wi-Fi to work. Back in Genoa City, Claire probably doesn't realize that Kyle can't get a signal, and that's the reason she hasn't heard from him. She's been at her father's bedside in the hospital and would expect her boyfriend to check in and make sure all is well. But silence from Kyle, and then finding out that Audra is on the trip too? Hopefully Claire doesn't assume anything is going on there and have a little too much fun in Holden's company. Or maybe she should. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the next 2 weeks, June 23rd to July 4th, reveal that fans will see some deeper connections and jaw-dropping moments. Some big story developments are on the way, so let's discuss all the hot drama to come. During the week of June 23-27, Abby Winters will run into Chance Chancellor as they both arrive for the party in Nice. Chance's surprise arrival will lead to some buzz among the partygoers as they mull over why Cain Ashby invited him. Of course, Abby and Chance will join Michael Baldwin and Lauren Fenmore Baldwin as they face the truth about Aristotle Dumas's identity. Victor Newman will reject Cain's attempt to make a deal for Chancellor and will stay on guard when it comes to this foe who's emerged from the shadows. Even so, Cain will feel like Victor is underestimating him, but Phyllis Summers will promise that's something she'd never do. Phyllis will be ready to deliver a proposal to Cain, so Amanda Sinclair will help them navigate the situation. If Cain gets annoyed, then Amanda will be there to potentially help him see Phyllis's perspective. Since Lily Winters will rely on Damien Cain's support and grow closer to him, that could lead to them landing in bed together. Lily will definitely do something big and bold when it comes to Damien, so she may sizzle with him to forget her Cain problems. While Audra Charles keeps working her magic on Kyle, Claire Newman will feel all alone. Kyle won't be there when Claire needs his support over Cole Howard's illness, but a chance encounter with Holden Novak will lead to shared drinks and support. Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson will also dig for information, so they should be on the verge of putting the Cain puzzle pieces together. Back in Nice, Phyllis and Sharon Newman will discover something that stirs up a wave of past trauma. Will Sharon and Phyllis face something that reminds them of Martin Laurent's twisted plan? Or could this involve their previous experience with dead bodies? Whatever the case, a corpse will indeed turn up at some point during all the Dumas festivities. A murder mystery is on the way, so there could be some shockers related to it during the week of June 30th, July 4th. Adam will also race to France with new Dumas information. At least it'll be new to him. Although Adam may assume he's going to unveil Cain as Dumas, he'll soon find that Victor already knows the truth, along with everyone else at that party. As for Cain, he'll hold out hope that he can negotiate a deal with Victor. Is there anything Cain can say or do to change Victor's mind about a Chancellor agreement? Back in Genoa City, Tessa Porter will be down in the dumps over Mariah Copeland's separation decision. Daniel Romalotti Jr. will be there to comfort Tessa as best as he can. As Mariah tries to deal with the reality of what she's done, Y&R may finally offer some real answers about what happened. Mariah clearly thinks she did something unforgivable, so did she cause that stranger's grim fate? If Mariah had an Ian Ward hallucination in her drunken state, we could certainly imagine her fighting this guy off behind closed doors and wiping him off the map. Whatever the case, it's a bad idea for Mariah to isolate herself when she's already spinning out like never before. The Young and the Restless spoilers update for Monday, June 23rd reveals that Cain Ashby will play up how he wanted everyone to have a good time, but Lily Winters will think he's failed if that was the goal. Cain will acknowledge that a party is no fun without any guests, so he kept the Aristotle Dumas charade going to make sure they all came. However, now Cain will be ready to retire as Dumas and return to Genoa City as himself for a new beginning. After Lily gets fed up and stomps away, Devin Winters and Damian Cain will join her on the train. Lily will fume since the man they've been talking about all these months was Cain of all people. Cain's double life won't make sense to Lily, and Damian will have plenty of questions as well. Devin will tell Damian about Cain's father, Colin Atkinson, who was a crime boss in Australia and was mixed up in all sorts of shady things. Damian will assume it was a like father, like son situation, but Lily will give Cain a little credit for not wanting to be like Colin. That said, Lily will admit Cain's feelings toward his father changed, so she'll flash back to a conversation she had with him about Colin's illness and regrets. The fact that Cain was willing to forgive Colin crossed the line for Lily. Since Colin stole Devin's money, that was unforgivable as far as she was concerned. Another flashback will show Lily lashing out over Cain wanting the twins to visit Colin near the end of his life. That's when things really turned sour between Cain and Lily, so she'll fill Devin and Damian in on all this. Instead of going home now, Lily will feel like she needs to stay and find out the rest of the story, especially since Cain's coming back to Genoa City. After Cain promises to speak with each guest privately at some point, Victor Newman will demand his private meeting immediately. That'll lead to Cain's explanation about Colin getting sick 6 years ago and trying to make things right with his son. Cain reconnected with Colin, who helped him amass his fortune by selling land and investing in cryptocurrency. Now it's been 6 months since Colin passed away, so Cain will be thinking about his mortality and his desire for a fresh start. Cain will want to let go of his businesses under Dumas, so that'll make up a massive piece of his empire. Victor will eventually find out where he fits in all this, since Cain will want to trade for control of Chancellor. Unfortunately, Victor will shut down Cain's proposal and let him know it ain't gonna happen. Back with Billy Abbott, he'll seem frustrated over not realizing it was Cain when he talked to him on the phone. This isn't the first time Cain has posed as someone else, so Billy will think back to when Cain pretended to be his half-brother and Jill Abbott's son. Diane Jenkins Abbott, Jack Abbott, and Sally Spectra will all be part of this discussion with Billy, which will focus heavily on Cain's interest in Chancellor. Sally will eventually corner Billy alone and suggest they should rush home to expose Dumas's identity through their Abbott Communications launch. When Billy hesitates, Sally will argue that they can forget the story and leave anyway. Sally clearly won't want to be caught up in all the drama, but Billy won't want to leave until he uncovers whatever Cain's not telling him. Next on Monday's Y&R episode, Phyllis Summers will remain focused on her pursuit of a job. Getting updates on Cain's shocking news didn't change anything for her, so she'll double down on her personal agenda. Nick Newman will point out that he doesn't remember Cain and Phyllis ever being super tight, but she'll counter that he wasn't her enemy either. Since Phyllis won't have any Cain qualms, she'll still view this as a golden opportunity. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that we've got a July sweeps preview to pass along since things are about to get wild on the CBS soap. Whether you love or hate the latest Cain Ashby twist, there's no denying that it's injected some new life into the show. Y&R spent a lot of time and money on those France sets, so they'll keep putting them to good use. There's much more drama to come in Nice, so look for all the chateau chaos to continue during July sweeps. Of course, soaps often bring some shocking twists to draw viewers in this time of year. Y&R will definitely deliver some curveballs in the major murder mystery they've got cooking up. Someone's getting killed off, so that'll generate plenty of buzz and lead to questions about how the demise went down. There'll be tons of suspects, accusations, and unsettling moments as an investigation plays out. On a happier note, Phyllis Summers is on the verge of achieving some success. Since Phyllis has been through so much turmoil in recent months, It'll be nice to see her score some victories. It turns out Phyllis has some positive developments ahead in her professional life, as well as her personal life. A new chance at love may be on the horizon, so we'll see who Phyllis might get paired up with. Regardless, Phyllis will hope for a business partnership with Cain and may form an alliance that they can eventually take back to Genoa City. In the meantime, Lily Winters will cling to the connection she's found with Damien Cain. But will the show rip it away from her? That depends on whether Damien ends up being the murder victim. There's been speculation about Damien's grim fate, but other characters like Chance Chancellor could be in danger as well. It's too early to say for sure who's a goner, but we'll bring you updates as more whodunit news comes in. As for Sharon Newman and Nick Newman, they'll grow closer through all the mayhem in Nice, but that doesn't mean they'll reunite romantically. Although Nick and Sharon may teeter on the edge of something more than friendship again, some self-sabotage will be an issue for these two. Billy Abbott and Sally Spectra will also tackle some conflict as they disagree about the right course of action regarding Cain. Next, Audra Charles and Kyle Abbott's flirty game could prove dangerous in more ways than one. Kyle may cross over into betrayal territory, and if he does, Holden Novak's comforting arms may be waiting to catch heartbroken Claire Newman. Victor Newman will stick to his goal of getting Kyle away from Claire, and will have some new Cain-related schemes in the works, too. In the heart of Genoa City, a place known for its tangled web of secrets and power struggles, a revelation has sent shockwaves through its elite circles. The mysterious Aristotle Dumas, a name that has long stirred curiosity and suspicion, has been unmasked as none other than Cain Ashby. His dramatic return is not just a nostalgic comeback, but a seismic event that threatens to upend the delicate balance of the city's most influential families. As whispers of betrayal and ambition fill the air, Genoa City braces for a storm unlike any it has faced before. Cain's reappearance as Aristotle Dumas has left Genoa City's residents reeling. Long thought to be a figure of the past, Cain has emerged as a formidable force, challenging the city's established powers. His target? Victor Newman, the unyielding patriarch of the Newman Empire, and the Chancellor Group, a cornerstone of Genoa City's legacy. The question on everyone's mind is why Cain has chosen this moment to return, and what drives his audacious moves. The revelation has exposed long-buried secrets, shaking the foundations of relationships that once seemed unbreakable. Cain's calculated maneuvers suggest a deeper agenda, one that goes beyond mere revenge. Is he seeking to dismantle Victor's legacy, claim a place in the Chancellor dynasty, or prove something more personal to those who have doubted him? As suspicions grow, the city's power players find themselves caught in a web of uncertainty. For Jill Abbott, Cain's return is both a beacon of hope and a source of dread. Her bond with Cain, forged through years of believing he was her son, Philip Chancellor III, remains unshaken despite the truth of his identity. Jill has always seen in Cain a fierce determination and a yearning for acceptance, qualities that have drawn her to defend him against Genoa City's judgment. Her unwavering support has extended to Lily Winters, Cain's former love, and their children, Charlie and Maddie, creating a complex family dynamic that now faces new challenges. Yet, Jill's loyalty to Cain places her at a crossroads. Her son, Billy Abbott, is tormented by fears that Jill's trust in Cain may be misguided, even suspecting her of secretly orchestrating his bold moves. The possibility that Jill still sees echoes of her lost son in Cain haunts Billy, who struggles to reconcile his love for his mother with his growing distrust. Meanwhile, rumors swirl about Colin Atkinson, Cain's father and a notorious figure in the criminal underworld, whose influence may be fueling Cain's rise. Could Jill and Colin be collaborating to position Cain as Genoa City's new power broker? Victor Newman, never one to tolerate threats to his empire, has launched a relentless investigation into Cain's motives. Known for his steely resolve, Victor is determined to uncover the truth behind Aristotle Dumas's actions. However, Cain's cunning has proven a formidable match, planting spies within the Newman and Chancellor enterprises and outmaneuvering Victor at every turn. In a rare moment of doubt, Victor wonders if he's facing a younger, more ruthless version of himself, a realization that could spell trouble for the Newman legacy. In a surprising twist, Victor has forged an uneasy alliance with Billy Abbott, a former rival driven by his own grievances against Cain. Together, they aim to curb Cain's growing influence, but their partnership is fraught with tension. Both men harbor their own agendas, raising questions about whether their collaboration will hold or unravel under the weight of past grudges. Amid the power struggles, the emotional toll on Genoa City's families is profound. Lily Winters grapples with feelings of betrayal and lingering love for Cain, haunted by memories of happier times. As she watches her children, Charlie and Maddie, navigate the fallout, Lily fears the scars of this conflict will shape their futures. Maddie, perceptive and sensitive, seeks answers from her father, only to find a man transformed by ambition. Charlie, rebellious and impulsive, teeters on the edge of defiance, threatening to fracture the family further. The reappearance of Colin Atkinson at a high-profile charity event hosted by Jill adds another layer of intrigue. His cryptic demeanor fuels speculation about his role in Cain's plans, leaving even Jill uncertain of his intentions. As Genoa City's business community splinters into factions, some backing Victor, others drawn to Cain's vision of change, the city's alliances grow increasingly fragile. The tension reached a fever pitch at a lavish gala hosted by Cain at his French mansion, where Genoa City's elite converged under a veneer of civility. Among the guests was Chance Chancellor, the reluctant heir who has long shunned the corporate world. His presence sparked speculation. Is Cain seeking to leverage Chance's name to bolster his legitimacy? Or does he have a more sinister plan? The gala, a masterclass in subtle power plays, saw Victor probing Cain's intentions, Billy wrestling with his suspicions about Jill, and Chance resisting calls to rejoin the Chancellor fold. In a poignant moment, Jill pulled Cain aside, her voice heavy with concern. "What matters most, power, fame, or family?" she asked. The question struck a chord, forcing Cain to confront the cost of his relentless pursuit. For a fleeting moment, the mask of Aristotle Dumas slipped, revealing a man torn between ambition and the longing for connection. As Genoa City grapples with the fallout, the stakes have never been higher. The Chancellor Group faces a potential takeover by a shadowy international corporation, with evidence pointing to Colin and even some of Jill's trusted allies. Jill stands at a pivotal moment, torn between safeguarding her family's legacy and protecting the man she views as a son. The battle has spilled into the public arena, with legal confrontations looming and every piece of evidence carrying the weight of a family's fate. Cain's true motives remain elusive. Is he driven by a desire for revenge, a quest for recognition, or a deeper need to belong? His transformation into Aristotle Dumas has made him a force to be reckoned with, but it has also isolated him from those he holds dear. As Genoa City's power dynamics shift, the city's residents face a stark choice. Will they seize control of their destinies, or become pawns in a game where trust is a luxury few can afford? The unfolding drama has exposed the fragility of Genoa City's traditions, challenging its old guard to adapt or risk obsolescence. For Jill, Bioli, Victor, Lily, and countless others, the storm unleashed by Cain's return is a test of loyalty, resilience, and the enduring power of family. As new secrets emerge and old wounds reopen, one truth is clear: Genoa City will never be the same. The dawn of tomorrow promises either a chance for redemption or the onset of a tragedy that will echo for generations. The Young and the Restless scoop for the week of June 23rd reveals Audra Charles will accuse Kyle Abbott of being jealous. Also coming up, more guests will arrive at the chateau in the south of France. Plus, Lily Winters will seek comfort from Damien Cain, and Victor Newman will grill Cain Ashby. Why in our spoilers tease, Victor will get to the heart of why Cain invited Genoa City's elite to France when he offers to trade most of his new empire for control of Chancellor Industries. Not gonna happen. The mustache will tell the billionaire, who has been masquerading as Aristotle Dumas for years. In the chateau's maze, Abby Newman will literally run into Chance Chancellor. It'll be awkward, considering they used to be married. No doubt, she'll be surprised that Chance was even invited to the shindig. Michael Baldwin and Lauren Fenmore will also arrive. Meanwhile, Lily will be going through a wide range of emotions. She'll still find it unbelievable that her ex-husband amassed a huge fortune without her knowing a thing about it. So, she'll lean on Damien. Y&R spoilers indicate she'll make a bold move on Friday. But will Lily kiss Damien? Other Y&R spoilers tease Adam Newman, and Chelsea Lawson will dig for answers. Plus, Sally Spectra and Billy Abbott will plot against Cain, and Holden Novak will be there for Claire Newman. Finally, Audra will be fascinated when Dumas is revealed to be Cain Ashby. She'll grill Kyle for information on the businessman, and he'll ask if Audra wants to know if he's single. "Don't go getting jealous on me, Kyle," she'll say, and he'll smirk. Later in the week, Audra will kick her seduction scheme into high gear. She'll make eyes at Kyle by the pool, hand him some Jabot sunscreen, and ask if he'd mind applying it. By the look on his face, he won't mind at all. It's obvious that Kyle and Audra are getting closer as they spend time together at Cain's chateau. But will their flirting lead to more? Hey B&B fans, are you enjoying the latest CBS Sudser Beyond the Gates? Then make sure you join our free Facebook group. Keep reading the Soap Scoop, your source for the latest soap opera spoilers and B&B spoilers and news. And make sure to also join our B&B Facebook group. But if you miss an episode, don't fret. You can watch The Bold and the Beautiful online at cbs.com. In the heart of Nice, France, the ancient unicorn castle hosted a lavish gala that promised to be the crowning glory of the Newman family's legacy. The event, attended by America's elite, was filled with sparkling wine, warm laughter, and the pulse of music echoing through red velvet corridors. However, beneath the surface of this glamorous affair, a web of secrets and intrigue began to unravel, threatening to shake the foundations of two powerful families, the Newmans and the Abbotts. The night took a dramatic turn when Abby Newman, a central figure in the Newman dynasty, found herself at the center of a chilling mystery. As the festivities reached their peak, Abby sensed she was being watched. The subtle gestures of waiters and the cryptic glances of international guests left her uneasy, unable to fully relax in the opulent setting. The tension escalated when Aristotle Dumas, a charismatic yet enigmatic businessman, pulled Abby into a dark corner of the castle. In a voice both strange and eerily familiar, Dumas hinted at a long-buried secret from the Newman family's past. An event Abby believed was known only to her father, Victor Newman, and a select few. His cryptic references stirred a mix of fear and curiosity in Abby, raising questions about his true identity and connection to her family. Dumas's unsettling presence didn't go unnoticed. Victor Newman, ever the vigilant patriarch, instructed his trusted confidant, Michael Baldwin, to monitor Dumas's every move and bolster the castle's security. Victor's unease was compounded by other troubling signs: the sudden illness of Abby's son, Dominic, and the unexpected appearance of Abby's ex-husband, Chance Chancellor, whose cold demeanor and cryptic warning, "Don't trust anyone here, don't be alone with Dumas," left Abby reeling. As the night unfolded, layers of deception began to surface. Lauren and Michael Baldwin uncovered a forged property transfer contract bearing the initials AD linked to the Abbott family. This discovery, coupled with a conversation Devin Winters recalled with Colin Atkinson, a former rival of Victor's, hinted at a deeper conspiracy. The clues pointed to Dumas, whose actions suggested ties to a shadowy European power group harboring grudges against both the Newmans and Abbotts. Meanwhile, Abby's encounter with Chance stirred old memories of their shared past, but his guarded behavior and ominous note deepened her confusion. Devin, too, faced mounting pressure as anonymous calls threatened Dominic's safety, prompting him to enlist Lauren and Michael to trace their source. The castle's atmosphere grew increasingly tense, with every smile and gesture masking underlying unease. Victor, sensing a plot to destabilize his empire, planted a recording device in Dumas's makeshift office, hoping to uncover evidence of his intentions. In a private meeting, Jack Abbott shared with Abby a chilling story of a mysterious man from Genoa City's past, whose profile eerily matched Dumas's, suggesting a vendetta rooted in old family tragedies. As a sudden storm raged outside, the castle's electrical system faltered, locking secret passages and isolating guests from the outside world. In the darkness, Abby overheard a whispered conversation between Dumas and an unidentified woman, revealing plans for a deal that could reshape Newman Enterprises. The realization that she held a critical secret left Abby horrified, not just for herself, but for her entire family. Victor received a coded warning. Someone inside wants to destroy Newman from the roots. Rallying Michael, Lauren, Jack, Nikki Newman, and Devon in a secluded room, he devised a plan to protect Abby and Dominic. The gala's climax approached with the anticipated announcement of Dumas's true identity, rumored to be linked to Cain Ashby, a man with a tumultuous history tied to both families. But before the revelation could unfold, the lights went out and a loud crash echoed through the hall. When power was restored, Abby had vanished, leaving behind only a piece of cactus cloth and her phone, displaying a missed call from Chance. Panic spread as Victor ordered the castle sealed, knowing the true game had begun. The gala, envisioned as a celebration of Newman's dominance, had transformed into a deadly maze of power, revenge, and buried secrets. Abby's disappearance sent shockwaves through the castle, with Victor, Jack, and Devon grappling with the realization that no one, not even the most protected, was safe. Dumas, whether a master manipulator or a figurehead for a larger force, remained the key to unlocking the mystery. As the night deepened, whispers of Cain Ashby's involvement grew louder. His recent transformation from a reckless schemer to a calculated player raised suspicions. Was Cain orchestrating the chaos, or was he, too, a pawn in Dumas's intricate game? The involvement of Carter, Dumas's shadowy assistant, and rumors of a larger European conspiracy only deepened the intrigue. The events at Unicorn Castle underscore the fragile balance of power among Genoa City's elite. The Newmans and Abbotts, long accustomed to navigating corporate battles, now face a threat that strikes at the heart of their families. Abby's fate, Dominic's safety, and the truth behind Dumas's motives hang in the balance, with every clue pointing to a meticulously crafted plot years in the making. This night in Nice serves as a stark reminder that in the world of high stakes and higher secrets, trust is a luxury few can afford. As the families regroup and the search for Abby intensifies, one thing is clear. The revelation of Dumas's identity will not only reshape the dynamics of Genoa City, but also test the resilience of its most powerful clans. The storm may have passed, but the real battle is just beginning. Just when the young and the restless fans began to accept Cain Ashby's shocking transformation into billionaire Aristotle Dumas, another twist has emerged, one that could change everything. Amanda Sinclair is on the brink of revealing a truth that promises to shake Genoa City to its core. Cain is not who he claims to be, and the real Dumas has yet to show his face. Cain's unexpected rise to wealth and power had long raised eyebrows, especially after he introduced himself as Aristotle Dumas, a mysterious billionaire mastermind. But new developments reveal that this persona is nothing more than a well-executed facade. According to Amanda, Cain has been acting as a stand-in, doing the dirty work for the real Aristotle Dumas, an elusive figure pulling strings from the shadows. Throughout the initial revelation, Amanda kept her composure. She was the steady hand guiding Lily through the confusion, holding Phyllis back from confrontation, and playing the role of a loyal supporter. But behind that calm exterior, Amanda has been quietly observing and questioning. Now, her conscience is catching up, and she's preparing to speak out before it's too late. Spoilers suggest Amanda will soon come clean, warning Lily and others that they may be walking straight into a trap. Her confession isn't just a personal reckoning, it might be the key to protecting everyone at a party that could turn perilous. By exposing Cain's impersonation, Amanda could trigger a domino effect, leading directly to the true villain. This revelation redefines Cain's entire journey. The idea that he morphed into a billionaire in 6 years always seemed too good to be true, and now we know it was. Cain appears to be a pawn in a larger, more dangerous scheme. The big question is, why? Is he under pressure, blackmailed, or simply in too deep to escape? His insistence that he earned everything legitimately may point to a man caught in a web of manipulation, trying desperately to maintain control. With Cain's deception exposed, the focus shifts to the true Aristotle Dumas. Who is this man operating in the shadows, letting others take the fall for his actions? If Amanda's instincts are right, Dumas may have been hiding in plain sight, possibly even attending the same events, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. This sets the stage for a darker and more sinister storyline. A criminal mastermind orchestrating empires from behind the scenes? That's soap opera gold. The threat becomes even more real, with Victor Newman entering the mix. Never one to sit back, Victor has confronted Cain publicly and is now determined to unmask Dumas himself. But Victor's involvement might also make him a target. After all, someone capable of using Cain as a puppet, and Amanda as a legal buffer, likely has other dangerous cards up his sleeve. Amanda's confession doesn't just clarify past events, it rewrites them entirely. Everything viewers thought they knew about Cain's transformation, the Dumas identity, and Amanda's role is suddenly up for reevaluation. The question on everyone's mind now is, who really is Aristotle Dumas? In a dramatic twist on the young and the restless, the power dynamics within Genoa City have shifted once again. This time, with seismic consequences. Adam Newman made a sudden and breathless appearance in the French Riviera, interrupting Victor and Nikki's quiet getaway to deliver explosive news. The Newmans have lost control of Chancellor Industries. At the center of this corporate earthquake is none other than Cain Ashby, operating under the alias Aristotle Dumas. His covert identity and behind-the-scenes maneuvers have allowed him to orchestrate a hostile takeover that no one saw coming. Adam's urgent warning revealed that Cain, long thought to be out of the spotlight, had been quietly building a powerful persona. As Aristotle Dumas, he created a network of influence, possibly using offshore accounts, shell companies, and even blackmail, to gain leverage over board members and wrest control of Chancellor Industries from the Newmans. Victor Newman, known for his control and strategic brilliance, now finds himself blindsided. He initially believed he understood Cain's motives, but Adam's revelations suggest a far deeper and more calculated plan. With Cain possibly raising a toast to his corporate victory, the Newman legacy hangs in the balance. The news hits hard, not just for Victor and Adam, but for Jill Abbott as well. Chancellor Industries was her pride, her legacy, and a testament to her life's work. Now that legacy may be in jeopardy. Did Cain exploit Jill's trust? Was she kept completely in the dark? These questions loom large as viewers anticipate Jill's likely return to Genoa City, ready to confront Cain face to face. Adding another layer of complexity is the presence of Chance Chancellor. Initially seen as a family gesture, his appearance at the party might now be tied to the corporate shift. If he disapproves of Cain's tactics, viewers could witness a rift forming within the Chancellor family itself. Back in Genoa City, Nikki and Nick Newman struggle to process the implications. Should they rally behind Victor or forge their own path in light of Cain's betrayal? The entire family faces a critical decision: preserve their name or chart a new course? Victor's reaction will be key. Will he blame Adam for not alerting him sooner, or will he appreciate the risk Adam took to deliver the news in person? This moment could either drive father and son further apart or serve as the foundation for a rare alliance. For Adam, this dramatic revelation could mark the start of his redemption arc. He risked everything to bring this intel directly to Victor, crossing continents to do so. Yet, with Adam, nothing is ever simple. If his warning is dismissed or his efforts minimized, he may once again spiral into resentment. Still, there's hope. If the young and the restless chooses to elevate Adam in this storyline rather than diminish him, it could lead to renewed family bonds and renewed strength for the Newman dynasty. With Cain Ashby now seated atop Chancellor's corporate throne, tensions are bound to escalate. Victor is unlikely to let this betrayal go unanswered. And with Jill, Chance, and the rest of the Newman clan poised to react, the battle for Chancellor Industries is just beginning. Of all the opulent estates in the world, this one seemed more suited for a royal wedding than for the volatile convergence of Genoa City's most powerful players. Yet, fate had drawn them here, not for celebration, but for a confrontation simmering beneath the surface of polite society. As luxury cars crunched gravel, The very air within the castle walls thickened with the tension of secrets straining for release, scores yet to be settled, and games that had only just begun. No one arrived without purpose, least of all Audra Charles. Her sleek heels clicked with intention on the stone patio, sunglasses reflecting a rising sun and a mischief tucked behind every calculated step. Audra knew precisely what she was doing when she'd asked Kyle Abbott for help. "Would you mind putting sunscreen on my back?" she had asked, the request a casual, flirtatious veil for a raw power play. As Kyle's hands lingered awkwardly, he knew, just as she did, that this was never about sun protection. It was a declaration of control. Audra's smile widened as she caught his discomfort, a glimmer of victory in her eyes. She was playing the long game, and Kyle had just stepped onto her board. Inside, the tension coiled tighter. Michael Baldwin and Lauren Fenmore, ever the glamorous observers, stepped into the grand dining hall. "Looks like the party started without us," Michael remarked, his dry wit cutting through the strained buzz. Lauren's innocent question, "Did we miss anything?" hung in the air, weighted with unspoken meaning. They had missed nothing, and yet they had missed everything. Near a window, Jack Abbott's sharp eyes scanned the shifting alliances. "Of all the people invited, Chance stands out the most," he murmured. Sally Spectra, never one to miss a beat, smirked. "That's because this could all tie back to Chancellor Industries. He is a chancellor, after all." Billy Abbott, his arms crossed, added the final chilling piece. "And he's a cop. That's a detail no one should forget." The true storm, however, was yet to break. Amanda Sinclair, ever the pragmatist, intercepted Cain Ashby before he could step inside. "Victor is not someone to be underestimated," she warned, her voice low and deliberate. But this was a new Cain, hardened by betrayal and empowered by truths that could shatter empires. A chilling look crossed his face. "I don't," he said, the pause deliberate. "But Victor has underestimated Aristotle Dumas, and now he's underestimating Cain Ashby." When Cain finally entered, a curtain of silence fell. Time seemed to suspend as his eyes locked with Victor Newman's across the room. In that single, electric moment, the social gathering transformed into a battlefield. Victor, the patriarch who had built a dynasty from grit and ruthlessness, broke the silence, his tone sharp enough to draw blood. "You're late." The young and the restless spoilers note, "The cat is out of the bag." Cain Ashby has officially returned to CBS, and he's also the mysterious mogul that everyone has been talking about lately, Aristotle Dumas. Actor Billy Flynn finally debuted on the daytime drama during the week of June 16 to 20 as the recast. So now, as everyone reels in the aftermath, one question remains. Why has he targeted Victor Newman and Chancellor? The young and the restless spoilers remind fans that Cain was close with Jill Abbott. In fact, there was a moment in time when she believed he was her son, Philip Chancellor. That ended up being a lie, but despite this, Jill bonded with Cain and acted as a mother figure in his life. She grew very close to his children, Charlie Ashby and Maddie Ashby, as well as Lily Winters. In many ways, she acted as a mother-in-law to Lily and grandmother to Charlie and Maddie. While Cain has been rivals with Victor for years now, this might have been a friendly competition in Ashby's mind. After all, he may have taken pleasure in the idea of going toe-to-toe with the great Victor Newman. With that said, once Victor snagged Chancellor away from Billy Abbott by manipulating Jill, this became personal. It's interesting that among the GC elite who were invited to Dumas's home in France, Chance Chancellor was one of them. Technically, Chance is an elite because of his last name, but he doesn't exactly live this sort of lifestyle. Still, could the reason behind Cain's big party center around his Chancellor takeover, as well as revealing himself to his Genoa City friends? As Chance once worked for Chancellor, will Cain hope that the cop will turn in his badge once more and help Billy and himself run the company? Is Cain interested in Chancellor because of Jill? Comment below. Check out the popular CBS Soap Daily for your dose of Genoa City drama, and visit this site often for the most up-to-date, young and the restless news and spoilers. It promises to be an intriguing week on Y&R, And Soap Hub can't wait to see how these moments play out. Next week on The Young and the Restless, June 23rd to 27th. These are the moments we can't wait to watch at Soap Hub. The week promises to be packed with tension as Victor Newman corners Cain Ashby, demanding answers about his true intentions and his involvement in the mystery surrounding Dumas. In what is sure to be an intense confrontation, Victor gives Cain the third degree. As the patriarch of the Newman family, Victor doesn't tolerate deception, and he's determined to get to the bottom of Cain's involvement in the increasingly complicated situation. We expect Victor's sharp questions to leave Cain scrambling for answers as the tension between them grows. Victor doesn't let up, pushing Cain to lay all his cards on the table. With everything on the line, Cain will be forced to reveal his hand, something that could change the course of the story for everyone involved. Will Cain finally come clean about Dumas, or will he continue to play his cards close to his chest? Either way, the pressure is mounting, and it's clear that Cain's secrets can no longer remain hidden. Meanwhile, later in the week, Billy and Sally join forces, conspiring against Cain as they attempt to figure out how to bring him down. With Dumas's true identity hanging over their heads, Billy and Sally aren't about to let Cain off the hook so easily. As the pair schemes behind closed doors, the stakes are raised for Cain, who will need to stay one step ahead to avoid being exposed. Nick also starts to question Cain's true motivations. With suspicions running high, Nick wants to know where Cain's loyalties really lie. As the situation continues to spiral, expect Nick to dig deeper, determined to uncover what Cain is really up to.